Hello, and welcome to the demo for SRIA SalesManager Part 1, Pricing for a Document Conversion Project. My name is Kevin Williams. I am the owner of SRIA Technologies, and I will be walking you through the introduction to SalesManager today. SalesManager is designed to be a complete cost model, pricing model, and project estimating tool for service bureaus and records management businesses. First off, SRIA is an acronym for Scan, Store, Retrieve, Index, Integrate, and Archive, the 6 base elements of the records management industry. SRIA Technologies is a consulting firm catering to the document and records management industries and service bureaus. SalesManager comes complete with all of the areas required to cost out both software implementation projects and document conversion projects. Whether you will be scanning microfilm, books, maps, plats, or regular legal letter and other sized loose pages, SalesManager provides for all production variables for exact cost of goods creation. The primary goal and purpose of SalesManager is to facilitate a business to ensure that all cost drivers are accounted for during the pricing phase for a project for both software implementation and document conversion. A cost driver is defined as any product, service, action, activity, or effort that has some cost to your firm attached to it that is required to process and deliver a project to your client. And I would follow that statement up with saying, any cost driver missed during the cost creation phase is a cost not recouped by your firm during the pricing phase. For the small to medium-sized business owner, my experience shows me that hiring and sustaining a sales team can be very difficult. SalesManager is a tool to help provide standardization and repeatability for your sales process. This in turn provides for a stable foundation and process for training and evaluating your sales staff without having to do everything yourself. Incorporating SalesManager into your sales process can provide new salespeople with intelligent guidance, step-by-step sales processes, and complete lists of company products and services. This enables newly hired sales reps to be productive in weeks versus months. In this video, we will work through the initial inventory phase. Now, as we take a quick look at the primary navigation panel, we see Sales, Project Analysis, and Admin sections. As you see by the color of the navigation buttons, we're in the Sales section, Project Scope area, and Customer Information screen. You will know your location within the application by the black navigation buttons. As I navigate through the Sales section, you can easily see your location. As we are here in the Sales area, you see the 6 subsections or steps. These steps can be customized to your existing business processes, or you can utilize and follow the existing sequential processes within SalesManager. Initially, we will focus on the Project Scope, Project Services, and Imaging Services areas. These are the 3 primary areas for creating your conversion project cost of goods. The System Sales area applies when selling hardware and software. The last 2 areas, Storage and Special Services, apply to items that affect both conversion projects and system sales. First off, we are looking at the Customer Information screen. As you can see, this screen requests a significant amount of information, and many will find this sheet off-putting and try to skimp on this section. We have provided areas for project sponsors and project stakeholders, as well as project information including client status, proposal type, project name, and other project information, including source document logistics information. As a salesperson, it is very important to fill in this area as completely as possible. You must remember your hard-working coworkers in accounting, HR, marketing, and elsewhere that may rely upon this information for their jobs. The information from this tool can be exported to your CRM, accounting, or SharePoint type environments. Next, we see the inventory screen. This screen is organized into 9 basic data entry fields. We have document type, media type, we have a date from, date to, a document ID from, and a document ID to, and the number of items. Number of items here can be number of items or units, and would be defined as rolls of film, boxes of records, file cabinets, binders, any identified organizational structure for documents or records. Next, we'll have the average number of pages or frames per unit or item. This average number of pages or frames can be average number of pages per box, average number of frames per roll of film, or average number of frames per microfiche sheet, or similar. Finally, we have the average pages per document or per record. This nomenclature here is PPI, meaning pages per instrument. Depending on your service areas, this could be pages per record, pages per document, or as it is here, pages per instrument. The final cell will calculate out for us the estimated number of records or documents or instruments to be processed for this project, or for this item specifically. This area is designed for the salesperson to provide information that forms a document profile for each item. Specific document types and date ranges can have very specific layouts and content. This information can be important when pricing various services such as scan requirements, forms recognition, barcode recognition, OCR, data entry, and other processes. For today's example, I will reference records from the county clerk's office for conversion. Looking at official public records, I will focus on deeds and deeds index books. The deeds instruments will be on 16mm roll film, and the deeds index books will be in sewn bound books. And the date range for this project will be 1951 to 1984. As you can see from the drop-down list for the document types, this list is quite lengthy. This demo version of SalesManager contains a document types list that includes county government as well as private industry. Private industry and commercial can include sectors such as medical, legal, human resources, and other. In customizing SalesManager for your business, this list would be customized for the industries that you serve. For this example, I will select deeds for the document type. Now for the media types, I will look for 16mm roll film. As you can see in this list, I have available a large selection of media types, and there are multiple types of microforms available. As I scroll down to the non-microfilm area, we see multiple options for document scanning. Here you see the ADF description. ADF is an acronym for Automatic Document Feed, which, as most will know, a designation for a specific type of scanner. The reason I have multiple options for ADF is simple and suggested. If I'm evaluating a project for a potential client and we are reviewing their boxed records for scanning, I may find a series of 50 boxes with very normal basic document prep requirements, such as removing staples and paper clips and unfolding folded pages. However, if the prep for the next series of 50 boxes requires a higher level of prep or premium document prep services, including removing pages from folders, binders, and other containers, mending tears, inserting document separators, or work efforts that require more time and thus more cost, then I can itemize the inventory and identify these variables within SalesManager. Let's take a quick look at the Wizards area under Scanning Categories. I'm going to go to Admin, Wizards, and Scanning. And this is our Scanning Wizard. You see an exhaustive list of scanning identifications. In this demo version of SalesManager, we have selections for wide format scanning, ADF scanning, sewn books, and various other mechanical books and microfilm scanners. In reviewing a single item, let's look at ADF Document Scan Type 1. First, we have the scanner selection. Again, this list would be customized for your production scanners. You notice that as I select a different scanner, you will see the scan speed field change accordingly. So as I go from this Canon scanner, estimated at 5,460 pages per hour, I will go to a BangTech. These are fast. This is rated at 33,000 pages per hour. Here in this scanner image format, you see bitonal set as the default. As I change this to grayscale, you will see a number entered as the impact on scanning. Next, for the deep duplex scanning option, no is the default. But again, as I click to yes, we have a number here entered as the factor against performance. On the DPI, 200 DPI is the default, but as I select a higher DPI, again you'll see the impact on scan speed. And for these ADF type scan selections, the page size is also an option. An 8.5 by 11 would be an optimal speed size for these types of scanners. If I were to be scanning a page that's slightly longer or larger, in this case 11.5 by 18, again this would have a slight impact on your scan speed. We can link these page size profile settings to the inventory if requested. The bottom number we see is your final net scan speed, or your T standard time. This number here can be either the manufacturer's suggested speed, or at SRIA Technologies we suggest this speed to be your benchmark speed, meaning through a benchmark test we will establish that in optimal production environment this is the maximum number of pages that you can scan in 1 hour, and then we'll apply the various performance sets. This number, this final number, will also account for the PFD, or the Personal Needs, Fatigue, and Unavoidable Delays allowance. We will get into calculations out of the PFD in a following video. And again, we will customize this scanner types list along with all production numbers to meet your precise production environment. So let's return to the sales and inventory area. Now I will select the 16mm roll film, the 215 foot length, and then I will go to the date from and date to field. Date range helps identify a specific range of documents and records, obviously, but a date range can also help identify certain document formatting standards for certain record types, along with common textual and image issues. So as we saw before, the date range, the from, is January 1 of 1951, ending on December 30 of 1984. Document ID from and document ID to is designed again primarily to help identify a specific document range, but also as an assistance for inventory purposes. For this example, the range of roll film to be processed is 16 to 789. I should have 774 rolls of film. However, if the physical number of rolls I receive is only 770, I know something is wrong. It looks as though we are missing 4 rolls of film, which equals pages and records from 4 rolls of film. There could just be a numbering error, or you could actually be missing these rolls. This is where you would communicate with the stakeholder and suggest a more thorough film inventory and possibly even a film evaluation. Now that I have my total number of units, I will enter the estimated average number of pages per unit, or frames per unit, or for this example, frames per roll. And for the 215 foot length of 16 millimeter roll film, these can be up to 5,000, 6,000 images depending. For this example, we will just say that we have an estimated average of 4,200 frames per roll of film. So my 770 actual rolls times the average frames per gives me my estimated number of images for this item. Finally, I will enter the estimated average number of pages per document for this type of document. Because this project is for deeds and the date range is pre-1990 and before the beginning of the refi era, I will enter 2 pages per instrument here, now giving us our estimated total number of records to be processed for this item. Next, I will enter the information for the index books. We said that we have deeds index books. These deeds index books are in sewn bound books. The date range is the same. The book range is 37 to 199. And for example purposes, we will confirm that we do have the same number of books as there are in the series. We know that we have an average of 650 pages per book, and we will say 1 page per document. These index books will be used as references for indexing and not established for public access for public lookup. Next, we go to the detail screen. Here is where the salesperson will provide further detail for the various cost drivers associated with each item for this project. I have a default list of detail items here, but this list will be customized for your business. Also, to assist with the pricing, notes can pop up during the pricing exercise. Below is such a note. Duplex scanning will be slightly slower than when scanning simplex or one-sided pages, and for each single scanned duplex page, you will be processing and delivering 2 images. These notes can be very helpful to both the salesperson and the customer. Type of text can also be very important. You can identify the type of text for each item. And here's another prompt about the effort of work between handwritten text and typed text. For indexing definition, this is another of the lists to be customized specifically for your business that will reflect your nomenclature and pricing structure. You can identify types of indexing with related cost of goods and then pricing. By standardizing this list, you can make your sales process more repeatable and easier to learn. This concludes Part 1 for the Introduction to SalesManager. Please see Part 2 for sales steps 2 and 3. SalesManager is best included into a business management solution that includes Memorand for online hosted automated proposals and Be Productive systems for FDA and DoD compliant hosted conversion production management tools. I thank you for your time.